Today, we're diving into one of the most incredible engineering marvels you'll ever encounter, your very own cardiovascular system. It's this non-stop, super intricate network that, keeps every single part of you alive and kicking. So let's break it down.
The easiest way to wrap your head around this whole thing is to think of it like this. Your body is this huge, bustling country, and your cardiovascular system, that's its superhighway. This one simple idea is really the key to understanding how everything connects and flows. So yeah, buckle up. For the next few minutes, we are going on a tour of your own personal superhighway. We're going to check out its central engine, its main routes, and all the critical cargo it's delivering every single second. Every great highway system needs a command center, right? An engine room, a central pump that keeps everything moving forward. For us, that's the heart. It is the tireless, powerful engine behind this entire operation.
So just how powerful is this engine? Well, get a load of this number. Your heart, which is only about the size of your fist, beats 100,000 times a day. Every single day. That's over 35 million times a year. It's a workout that literally never, ever stops.
So how does this amazing pump actually work? Well, it's this perfectly synchronized four-chamber system. First, deoxygenated blood. Think of these as the delivery trucks returning empty. They come into the right side. From there, they get sent on a quick trip to the lungs to pick up fresh supplies. Then, that freshly supplied, oxygen-rich blood comes into the left side, ready to be pumped out with incredible force to the rest of your body.
Okay, so we've got the engine down. Now let's pull up the map. See, this superhighway isn't just one giant loop. It's actually split into two very distinct routes, and each one has a super important job.
The first route is what we call pulmonary circulation. You can think of this as the short, local trip to the service station, your lungs, where the blood drops off CO2 waste and picks up fresh oxygen. The second route, that's the systemic circulation. And this is the long haul, the cross-country trip where that oxygen-rich blood travels to every single corner of your body, from your brain all the way down to your toes, making all of its vital deliveries.
All right, so we have our engine and we have our routes. But what about the roads themselves? What are they made of? And what kind of vehicles are driving on them? Let's take a look at the actual infrastructure that makes this whole thing possible. So the system basically uses three types of roads. First up, you've got the arteries. These are the major, thick, high-pressure highways carrying blood away from the heart. Then you have the veins. These are the return roads, built kind of like one-way streets with these special valves to make sure traffic never flows backward. And finally, you have the capillaries. These are the tiny, single-lane neighborhood roads where the actual handoff of oxygen and nutrients happens. Okay, we've got the roads covered. So what exactly is driving on them? Well, it's your blood. Probably the most amazing fleet of delivery vehicles you could ever imagine. And what is this fleet made of? Well, as you can see, it's mostly this liquid highway called plasma, but the real workhorses are the cells floating inside of it. You'll notice the red blood cells make up almost half of it. They're the main delivery force, while that tiny but absolutely vital 1% is dedicated to security and road maintenance. Every part of this fleet has a super specialized role. Plasma is the liquid road everything travels in. The red blood cells, they're the oxygen delivery trucks. White blood cells act as security. They're the highway patrol, defending against any invaders. And the platelets, they're the emergency road crew, rushing to fix any leaks or damage by forming clots on the spot.
Now, this system is absolutely incredible when it works perfectly. But what happens when things go wrong? On our superhighway, this means traffic jams, roadblocks, and sometimes catastrophic breakdowns.
A really common problem is something called atherosclerosis. This is basically like when the lanes on your main highway start to get narrower and narrower because plaque and debris are building up on the sides. Traffic flow gets restricted, pressure starts to build, and you get these really dangerous bottlenecks. And if one of those bottlenecks leads to a complete and total blockage, well, that's a heart attack. It is a catastrophic traffic jam. A road is completely shut down, and the part of the heart muscle that road was supplying is starved of oxygen and starts to die. All deliveries just stop.
Before we finish up, I want to leave you with a sense of the sheer, and I mean sheer, scale of this system. It's one thing to talk about it with diagrams, but the reality of it is truly, truly mind-boggling.
Get this. If you were to take every single artery, vein, and capillary, all the roads in your personal highway system, and lay them out end to end, they would stretch for 60,000 miles. That is long enough to circle the entire planet Earth 2.5 times. It's an almost unbelievable scale, and it's packed inside every one of us.
So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. Inside of you, right now, is an infrastructure project more vast and complex than anything humans have ever even attempted to build, a 60,000-mile superhighway working tirelessly for you. So the only question left is, what are you doing today to help keep those roads clear and that engine running smoothly?